I'm going to let you into a secret. There is some hypercar manufacturers which take another manufacturer's engine, rework it, rebrand it, put it into one of their cars and sell it for millions. Brands such as Koenigsegg, who use an American police car engine in their CC8. The £30 million McLaren F1 uses a BMW V12. Noble use Yamaha, Aston Martin use Mercedes, Lamborghini use Audi, Ascari use BMW. The list goes on. But the one we're most interested in is one of the most famous hypercar manufacturers of all time. That would be Pagani. And in my favourite hypercar, the Zonda R, Pagani used the Mercedes M120 engine, but not in its standard form. They teamed up with AMG, took it into the Skunk Works, and produced one which made 750 horsepower and revved to 7,500 RPM. And even better, it sounds like this. But there's a huge problem. The going rate for one of these cars?
About 6 billion.
So to get a car that sounds as good as this, we've got to think outside the box. Let me explain my idea. If we can get hold of one of these engines and then recreate what Pagani did with it in collaboration with AMG, but on a much smaller budget, maybe we can end up with a V12 that makes 750 horsepower and sounds like the devil. But the first thing we need to do is find the car to steal the engine out of. This engine comes in the Mercedes S600, SL600 and the CL600. And it seems like everyone else has clicked onto this fact because it looks like the prices of these cars have skyrocketed. There's one for sale here for £25,000 for an old Merc. That's crazy. And that is definitely not going to work because we're aiming to build this Pagani engine on a budget. And even a scrap engine is £7,500. But if we buy the engine on its own, it's going to make fitting it to another car much harder because there's no other bits with it. So we need to find a full car, but for cheaper than that. After months of looking, I think I've found the perfect candidate. And here it is, my 1997 Mercedes S600. And the best part, we managed to pick this up from Facebook Marketplace. Probably the worst car I've ever bought in some ways, but the best in others, because it was cheap. Really cheap. We said earlier that these cars should cost around £25,000 in good condition, and this car is not in good condition. We're missing the interior in its entirety. All of the doors, the boots, the bumpers, the lights, practically everything that makes a car, but the one thing that we have got is this, our 6-litre M120 engine.
This will decimate all after you put about 15 grand in it.
Do you want to guess what I paid for this car? It wasn't 25 grand. It wasn't half that. It wasn't even half that again. Was it? 12 and a half.
Yeah.
It was, and then...
Yeah, you paid 3. It was half that again.
Which is ideal because we don't need the car. All we need is everything that makes this engine work, which fortunately this has. This car was destined for the scrap heap, so it seems ideal that we are sort of going to save it. Or a bit of it. So in standard form, this engine makes just less than 400 horsepower. There were some variants that were less, some that were a little more, but all around that mark. Now our challenge for this project is to try and match the power that the Zonda R makes. That means turning this engine up and making it make 750 brake horsepower without any turbos or superchargers or nitrous. Not only that, the best part of a V12 is the sound. So we not only need to make the power, we also need to make it sound like a Zonda as well, because currently it sounds like this.
I'm gonna go as far away as possible.
Okay, well I'm ready if you are.
1 second.
Okay. Sounds awful.
Yeah. I think I've heard tractors that sound better.
So it sounds terrible, which you wouldn't expect from a V12, but one, it's got no exhaust on, but two, it all comes down to the internals of the engine and the exhaust work itself, which we're going to try and cover off to make it sound like this. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't want this rust bucket in here for very long. The only thing we want is all the engine and all the bits that go with it. The rest of the car is scrap. So, let's get it on this ramp as quick as possible, get this engine out of here because I'm scared everything else in here might start rusting at this rate. This could be a stupid idea, but if you appreciate the risk that we're taking to try and make this work, make sure to go down there and hit the subscribe button.
Whoa.
That'll be my piss.
Okay. Hello. That's just all old oil and dirt. There is an engine in there somewhere. We have hit the ceiling, but we have a Pagani engine now removed, and, well, she's ugly, isn't she?
Do you know what though? I thought we'd be bigger. Is that what they'll say?
I know what he means.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was going to be bigger,
I was thinking it was going to be like this
Monster. Yeah, I agree.
I've looked at like the older Jag V12s and stuff, and they're like huge. Mercedes do know how to pack them in, don't they?
Definitely. With all these cool projects coming up, you already know we've got to make a sacrifice on this channel, and one of them is going to benefit you guys because we are currently raffling my Porsche GT4 in paint to sample Riviera Blue with only 24,000 miles on the clock, meaning that you, yes you, can win it for just £4.99. So head over to Compete for Cars using the QR code which is going to be on screen right now, or the link in the description. The live draw is on the 2nd of December, going to be on Dean from Saving Salvage's YouTube channel, linked to my second channel. Also, I'll keep you updated on my Instagram and what time, but you can go and grab your ticket to win a gorgeous Porsche GT4. Now we've done loads of upgrades on this. Come and take a look quickly. OZ wheels, PFC brake pads, Manti Racing braided brake lines, SW Motorsports roll cage, Symphonetic spoilerizers. We've installed Apple CarPlay inside to bring it up to date. All of these modifications on what is already a brilliant car mean that it can be used for anything. If you're looking for something to enjoy on the weekends, take on track days, or if you win it and you just want to sell it, it is completely up to you. But on top of this car, the winner is also going to receive £1,000 in cash to help you run it, insure it, or whatever it might be. You can enter to win from anywhere in the UK or Ireland only. It's £4.99 a ticket. You can grab as many as you like. So make sure to go and check out Compete for Cars using the QR code on screen and the link in description. You haven't got long left. There will be no extensions, no excuses. One of you will be taking home my Porsche GT4. So good luck. Because obviously I mentioned that one of the things which is so important to the sound of these engines, exhaust. And this one sounds a bit naff because it hasn't got an equal length exhaust system. So this cylinder here, the gases have to travel further than this cylinder here, which makes it sound all uneven and not musical. So we are going to take these manifolds off, hopefully snap as few bolts as possible. I sort of feel like it's inevitable, and get those picked up by Mr. Nicromobium. And he's going to see what magic he can work with it. Hopefully he comes back with something. So one by one we carefully crack off the exhaust manifold bolts, hoping not to snap any, and surprisingly they came off better than we thought.
I think I'm understanding Mercedes build quality now.
Really?
Yeah.
Converted.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
There is some timeless BMWs. Maturing is learning to enjoy them all. And thankfully we managed to get all four manifolds off without snapping a single bolt. Next up is the gearbox. And this is a part we're definitely not going to be using. The last thing we want is a V12 that screams with a slushy automatic. she is more or less ready to rock, ready for the next stage of her life, and it's going to be complicated to sort out. But before we get this on a stand and start taking it apart, I don't want to touch it like that. I don't think you would either. We're going to send Mickey now, get this loaded into his van, get him up to the ice blasters, and hopefully it comes up pretty nice. Whilst Mickey is sorting out the engine at the ice blasters, Mr. Nicromobium has arrived because he has got a look at possibly one of the most complicated jobs he's going to have done for us so far. Definitely the most complicated job he's done for us so far. We have 4 manifolds here, which at the moment sound horrendous because of the way that they are positioned and placed and the lengths and everything, and we need to make it scream. So how are we going to do that?
Yeah, going to do a 6-to-1 manifold, and that'll get you, it should get you a nice high-pitched F1 sound, and then maybe looking to do an X pipe. I've always hated log manifolds, which is what these are. It's where one bank just crashes into another. Essentially just make them equal length. They'll all merge together at the same time, and that's where you get your high pitch. Almost like Venturi kind of style. I'm sorry in advance.
Matt from Nicromobium can take those manifolds away and start to work his magic, but now we can check back in with Mickey and the ice blasters and see how they're getting on.
Mickey, who we got to thank?
Ice blasters absolutely smashed it again. Dude, absolute legend.
Nice one. Thanks, guys.
That was, mate, the before and after's unreal, isn't it? Yeah, let's go and see a secret squirrel engine builder, which is going to make that as fast as hell.
And there is no time to waste. We need to get this engine stripped down as quickly as possible so we can measure out all the internals. We can get to work removing all of the ancillaries, all of the electrical stuff which we're not going to use, and a bunch of bits which are going to be going straight in the bin. Let's remember this engine is from 1997. Technology's come a long way since then, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that we can simplify and modernise, which is going to help improve reliability too. Here is the V12 all stripped down. Now we're ready to start pulling apart more of it and getting towards the internals, which is the bit we're going to have to be replacing and re-engineering to be able to make this rev a lot higher. We're hoping there's going to be some bits that are workable. It's looking like it could be at the moment, but I'm not going to be able to do this on my own. That's why we have the help from Dave, who is going to be the mastermind behind this. With his knowledge, we can turn this into something truly special. What we're hoping to see when we get in here is cams looking all right. Is that correct, Dave?
Yeah, that's the one.
Because they're going to be a tricky part to...
It's going to an expense.
Yes.
So we can avoid that.
I've said it already, we're trying to build what Pagani did with this engine, but on the cheap. Now, a lot of that is going to come down to engineering and know-how, but also understanding what we can use, which is where Dave's going to come in. I'll start you off, Dave, and then you can reel off what you want to say. What we're trying to do is use off-the-shelf parts and then building the engine to match the parts rather than the parts to match the engine.
Yes, because we're just trying to keep the expense down rather than go... The normal generic route is you have something bespoke made for it because it's a one-off job. Let's say that's where then the expense all starts kicking in.
So if we can use pistons out of a Vauxhall Astra,
yeah,
rods out of an A-Class.
What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
I was going to say that's a bit more on the premium side, mate.
Oh yeah, maybe. If we can do exactly this by using the parts from another engine in this one, we can tailor it to how we want it because there's so many options out there, but this will also keep the costs down.
Well, there's a bolt in that.
Still
There it is.
Yeah.
Bingo.
You're so much better than me.
Like I've done this sort of stuff before.
So first impressions.
Actually really good. Coloration, so that's all good. We've got no standing kind of big carbonated parts. In the actual cam lobes itself, on the peak of the actual lobe, this is all still in really good condition. Looks like it's actually been well looked after, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen the car it came out of?
Yeah, that's why I'm actually surprised as well.
I think it's just been leaking so much oil, it's had an oil change every 1,000 miles.
So far it's looking quite good.
Rocker covers are off and they are not looking the prettiest. We've run them through the parts washer and even though they're functional, they don't look great. Not only do we want this to sound and go like a Pagani, we want the engine bay to look special like a Pagani as well. So we're going to take a quick trip now and see what we can do with these to get a sneak peek of how it's all going to look when it goes back in. Now I think we can agree it's been some long days and nights getting this V12 stripped out of the S600 and also getting it ready to be built. Thankfully, Holy have been there with us to give us energy throughout. So we have come down to the Wheelman with these bad boys. Don't tell me you can't.
No, we can, yeah.
Okay, I want something that's going to make them look special.
Okay.
Obviously you're not going to see them all the time. When you do see them, I want them to be like, whoa.
Wow factor.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly that. So I'm thinking something jazzy. Let's go through your options, see what you've got. See what we can get on here to make it look lovely. Holy Energy is a healthy alternative to your traditional energy drinks. With only natural flavourings, packed with healthy vitamins and powered by Newcap. That is their unique micro-capsulated caffeine blend.
To be fair, I probably won't need to strip it, it's just coming off.
Oh, Sam. It's just 500ml of water and just one scoop gives you all the energy you need. Shake it. Now this one's my favourite, Raspberry Raptor, because it's got a slightly sour and zingy flavour, which I find refreshing. Oh, that's coming up well, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll quickly plug all these, so obviously the threaded bits don't get blasted.
Yeah.
And then I'll keep blasting that then.
Sounds lovely. And it's sugar-free, meaning you can avoid that awful sugar crash. Each serving is loaded with essential vitamins plus vitamin C and D. So you're actually doing something good with your body. It's actually bringing it up really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. You can see a lot of the casting marks, can't you? Like?
Oh yeah. Will they get covered up, do you think?
Hopefully, yeah. What we'll probably do is hit it with a primer first. It'll try and cover a lot of the imperfections. Okay. And then when we put the colour on top, hopefully it's going to smooth out and look a bit nicer.
Nice.
Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of the casting and you get to the original marks, but yeah, we'll do our best to get rid of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's going to be a really out there thing, whatever it goes in, isn't it? So I feel like the more obnoxious it is, the better. Like Lando Norris's helmet.
What green? Is it green or yellow?
Yellowy, fluorescent yellow, fluorescent green, isn't it?
You mean like the Holy box?
Yeah, there's loads of flavours you can pick from, like Gorilla's Grape, Raspberry Raptor, which is my favourite, Lion's Lemonade, Blueberry Bear, and plenty more. Got anything like really stupid?
And if I have, you know, we tend to do them and then we'll strip them again because it'll be a sample wheel.
I'm thinking really stupid.
Really stupid.
Really stupid. This one's giving Subaru, so I think we're going to have to go into your special vault and pick something out. Holy have also just dropped their new flavour, Cotton Candy Caterpillar, and are bringing back a fan favourite, Bubblegum Butterfly. Holy don't just do energy drinks, they also do iced teas, hydration drinks, and milkshakes. Whoa! All the prep work's done, so now the wheelman can get to work in spraying this special colour powder coat onto our rocker covers. If you would like to try Holy, now is the best time. You can get £10 off their starter set deluxe, which has 57 servings across all of their ranges, and a free shaker just for $49.99. So check out the link in the description and don't forget to use code ChrisSlicks5 for £5 off your first order. Also, if you order before the 2nd of December 2025, you get an extra £10 off your starter set deluxe. Thank you Holy for sponsoring this video. The Wheelman, I think, is nearly finished with our rocker covers. And he's back, and he has brought us some beautiful golden rocker covers.
Gold!
Wow! Now, with the inlet manifold in the old engine, you wouldn't have seen these, but because we're going to be sacking that off for something more, what word can I use there?
Sexy.
Can I say sexy?
I mean, it is.
Fair enough. Sexy. That means we're going to be able to see these. So jazzing them up a bit is definitely not the worst idea. So, need anything... Do you do stuff like this for the people?
But not normally, no.
Would you?
Yeah, I guess we can,
Okay, yeah. So if you need anything more or less powder coating, but especially wheels, the Wheelman is the place to go. Langley Mill in Nottingham, near the IKEA. Just go check him out, get your wheels sorted out.
How are the spark plugs actually looking?
Blick.
Rough.
Yeah, rough.
They're not old, it's just not running the best.
Run how it's meant to.
Yeah.
Is that one of the better of ones, or is that one of the worst ones?
They're quite consistent.
Consistently bad.
Distinctly average at its best.
The firing order at the moment is 112, 58, 310, 67, 12, no, 211, 49.
Okay.
But you're saying you're thinking of changing it potentially, or?
Potentially. So that's just onto that stroke. I think we'll change it. Basically, because for the scavenging side of things, and to get the balance across all the cylinders, we'll have it so that one, full crank rotation, and then fire onto this one. And then that'll set everything else out how we want to.
So we'll go bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
How do you go about changing the...
Because we've got electronics,
Right.
we can determine how we actually want it to be.
Okay.
So we don't have to be restricted by what Mercedes have already done. So literally you can rotate the cam 180 degrees or 360 on the crank from bank to bank, so you're just changing the phasing. And then that way we can get the pulse wave that we want in the airbox.
That is going to be fun. I'm just going to nod and pretend I know and understand this.
Whoa, you've lost your wood.
You've heard all like the 12:1s and all these kind of compression ratios and so on, which is all good, but there's also another element that you need to bring into it. So if the inlet valve's closing, so it's halfway up the stroke now, it's only got another half a stroke of the actual engine, the boards go up.
Right.
So actually that's 6:1 on its compression ratio, because it's compressing from the point of the intake valves being closed,
Yes.
not from the actual, from BDC.
Okay.
But during that time when the inlet valves are closing and the piston's going up, so you've got air actually being pushed back out the cylinder. But then if this cylinder, for example, is going down, that coming back up is actually pressurising the airbox to help that one actually get fed. So we're looking to do those little bits and pieces to it.
You're going to have to try and animate all this, Ross.
Great.
Bear in mind, we'd never seen inside, so we don't actually know what we're coming into. So this is all going to get sacked off because that's all part of the variable timing. Yes.
One of the things that we're going to be doing when building this is just simplifying. I think the best way to make this car or engine work and make it easier to put into another car is just getting rid of everything which is like technological.
Yeah, I want to suck the aircon off.
I want an aircon, but we can do it in a different way, can't we?
Yeah, we can do it in a different way.
It's called the windows down.
Who said we're going to have windows?
Yeah, so get rid of secondary air, get rid of the VVT. Also, we're going to go fuel injection, but aftermarket. Just make it simpler that way for ourselves. That's it.
Yeah.
Get cracked on, full race spec.
There is going to be so many parts we need to replace to get this engine screaming like a Pagani, but without spending Pagani money. So we've got to utilise Dave's engineering experience and my experience in bodging to find all sorts of parts that are going to work. But at this moment in time, the main bit we're concentrating on is the internals of the engine. Nicromobium's already sorting the exhaust out, and this bit is going to by far be the most complicated. Dave is flying on his side. He's already got the cams out and started measuring those to see what we can do with them, and started taking the head bolts out, ready for the head itself to come off. Now, to get more power out of most engines these days, it's just a case of turning up the boost. But this one is going to be remaining naturally aspirated, so we've got to use some more old school methods to try and extract extra power. And the heads are one part Dave has got to work his magic on.
There you go, Mocha.
Hello! What are we looking at here then?
Valve sizes.
Do they look good sizes, or
They're not actually that bad.
will we be going bigger, or?
Yeah, if we can. I mean, we definitely can. We've got room to go bigger.
Yeah. Valve sizes are one of the biggest restrictions with a naturally aspirated engine. The limiting factor is always going to be how much air you can get into the cylinder, which is why typically to increase power you would go for a bigger bore and bigger valves. And that in turn helps RPM and also the flow of the engine.
That's cool, actually.
Surprisingly happy?
Yeah, I am actually.
Good. Maybe this 750 horsepower number is reachable.
Hence why they probably used it in the first place.
Dave's got his side of the engine stripped down and the head off, but it looks like I'm lacking. I need to get to work, so my side matches his. How long do you think my arms are?
What? Come on.
I can't get through there.
Now I've got both sides stripped down, we can see all 12 pistons, which are all going to need replacing. There's so much work to do on this, and so much figuring out we need to do to make it happen. Next thing is to flip it over and pop off the sump.
The oil pickup looks good.
Let's bear in mind, we wouldn't have a chance of getting through this project if it wasn't for Dave. So if you could go and check out his company, Race Engine Builds. He specialises in McLaren but does all sorts of stuff. So if you need any specialist engines building, he's your man.
Hello. It's pretty big.
It is, it's massive.
Yeah. Is that bigger or smaller than an Aventador one?
That's bigger.
Okay.
That has definitely got more mass in that. At least we can go the other way with it.
Yeah. We've got a lot to remove.
Well, like with the angle grinder.
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I've cut many a car up. How do you make sure it's balanced if we cut it up?
The chap that I use, named Bill, so balancing Bill, we'd take it there and they just balance it all up, so give him flywheel, everything.
Here's where we're at. We need to now disconnect the rods. We can pop the rods and pistons out. It also means we can measure
Actual heights and start getting a little bit more of an understanding.
Basically then, once we've got these out, we can then go online, measure what we've got, go online, Google, and then find hopefully a cheap part that is going to replace that, that's going to work better.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully Google is going to be our friend.
Yes. If not, this could just be a big waste of money. Let's be real. Do you want me to grab it from the...
What, instead of it firing itself at the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Those look good.
Do they? I've got one of the rings out.
Oh, nice.
Well, I've just jammed it in instead and just made it work. There we go. Ooh! Any signs of things we can look at on the rings, or is it just is what it is?
It just is what it is.
Okay.
We just can sack all that off.
Yeah, it's not very important, I guess, is it? Size-wise, like anything you've ever...
Looks like some out of tractor, to be honest, compared to what I'm normally used to.
A Lamborghini tractor there.
Wow.
Should we pop a couple more out, or...?
Yeah, can do.
I just decided this one was the one.
I was going to say, when you asked Dave, oh, should we pop some more out? You were already undoing them.
It's ate my glove. There goes the bearing. How's this one? I suppose bearing condition is sort of important, right?
Oh yeah, it gives us a bit of an indication.
Loads better than them three. Yeah. How's it so good?
Proper old school.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what's old school about it? Explains to me that just looks like a piston and rod.
So you've got a massive skirt area. Piston rings are very thick. Material of them is very basic. When we look at a more modern piston, the actual depth of the piston rings come a lot less. Less friction, all those kind of things, so efficiencies come a lot better. It's just in that surface area, all this is, it's very bulky, very heavy.
Ah, so weight being the main thing. Well, I'm really happy with this so far. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, I am.
it sort of makes sense. Well, that's probably why Pagani did it though, right, isn't it? It's got the basis to have something really good, but they just haven't maximised it.
Yeah, that kind of era where everything was just massively overkill.
Now we've got some of the pistons and rods out, we can measure the crank to see how big one end can be, and also measure the pin on the piston end to see how big that end can be. Once we've got those numbers figured out, we can start to figure out what parts we're going to use to replace them.
So Dave has like a massive supply of McLaren parts. He's helped us out when my McLaren engine set on fire, which is how we met him. So if you do need any McLaren bits, engines, what else you got? Looms?
Oh, loads of bits.
Yeah, just go get in contact with him. His Instagram will be throughout this video in the description on the screen right now, you know the score. But I had a sneaking suspicion we would be able to use something McLaren in this.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
It's your thing.
It's bread and butter for me, isn't it, McLaren? So I need to get McLaren stuff in this. Oh, and guess what? Same size pin.
Is it? Is that does this mean potentially we can run McLaren rods?
That's what I'm thinking, which obviously we've got so much experience with those things and abundance of things kicking around.
Have you got some lying around from that engine just there?
Maybe.
Free rods, free rods, free rods.
No, already. They're good for about, even stock rods, good for about 850.
That's with a lot less
Torque.
torque, yeah.
22mm. McLaren's 23. We know the big end is 51.5. So if we go divide by 2, so and we know that's 22. So plus 11 and plus 0.2. Let's go. So this rod length at the minute. So the McLaren rod length is 131.1. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we've got a little bit of research to do. Looks like Google's going to be flat out.
Okay.
What Honda sort of stuff we got. Problem is we need something that's got an 89mm bore. If we can't buy something directly for this engine, do we try to go to 90mm with some liners?
How much money is that? 20 quid?
Yeah.
20 grand?
No, don't be that silly.
2 grand.
Maybe if we have someone who looks after us.
Okay.
Bear in mind we've got 12 cylinders.
Yes, yeah, that's the killer, isn't it?
It is, that's
we
the
could, if we were building a 4-cylinder, we could build a really nice one.
Not so worried about the pin size at the minute, as long as we know where we are with the conrod sides of it. Small end kind of falls in by what we can use piston wise, and then that can also dictate where we are with the conrod.
The K20 rods are 139mm. Is that good or bad, Dave?
Well, we need close to about 155.
How big did you want it?
155.
Oh, 2.5.
What is it?
MGGT.
And what length are we at?
153. 138, they're tiny. What did you say then, Ross?
R35 GTR.
Not a bad shout. Ooh.
165.
Is that too long, Dave?
Ooh, interesting. What's that, sorry?
R35 GTR. Which is very close to a McLaren.
Ironically.
Yeah.
What size is the conrod bearing on those?
A housing diameter of 59mm.
Oh,
Is that too
big.
Too big?
This is the problem now, trying to get the two to match up.
We were scouring the internet trying to find rods that are going to work with our crank, but also at the correct length to make sure they're going to work with the engine and what we want to achieve. Now the small end at this point doesn't matter so much because we can match that pin size to the conrod that we're going to use. We just need to find that first. But at this point it almost looks like we're falling at the first hurdle. We need to find something, anything that we can make work in this engine.
148.5.
So that is one part that we've got.
Yeah, we've already got stuck here.
Get in. Dave builds a gazillion McLaren engines. This is the head stud which he uses, which is probably the same as what's in mine, or maybe? Maybe, perhaps, we're not sure. But is slightly longer, well, the standard one, the bolts, but we'll do the trick.
Yeah, man.
Not going to interfere with anything. No, if it does, just cut it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, that is the first part, which we can save some money on. We've got a lot of hunting to do because we are looking for upgraded parts for all of this stuff, and we are finding some of these V12 parts to be quite expensive because, as you can see here, this is a head gasket, an aftermarket one, which is a multi-layer steel one, and as you can see that is £438 per side. So that's nearly £1,000 just in head gaskets if we want to run a better one. So we've got a lot of hunting to do. But if you're excited about us building this and seeing this screaming on the dyno in the next video, best make sure to like and subscribe. It may take us a little while. There's a lot of hunting to do. We're going into kind of uncharted territory here, working with Dave to try and get it done as quick as we can. But there is going to be limitations. So just bear with it a little bit. Thank you for your support. I shall catch you next time.